Let's get our lives together for Q4. Welcome to the Ultimate Plan with me. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, we are going to be planning out Q4. A couple of years ago, I realized, just a couple of years ago, I want to put emphasis on that, just a couple of years ago, I realized that Q4 was hectic. And so I put a plan in place. I tried to do as much planning and prepping and organizing as I could to decrease the stress and overwhelm and anxiety and all of that often comes with Q4, because I am a person who does celebrate holidays. I don't celebrate the holidays in ways in which other people might, but I do participate in, fall activities and Christmas activities and all of that. I'm just very picky about how I celebrate it because, long story, but because of which, all of that takes place in Q4, and Q4 is just that much more hectic. Plus, in recent years, I've been a content creator, and so brand sponsorships and deadlines and all of that are, out the wazoo in Q4. And so I had this plan in place to try to minimize all of the aforementioned adverse feelings, and I feel like it went well. And then last year, I repeated that again, and I felt like it went relatively well. But this year, not only are we going to just up the ante in general, but I feel like we do have to plan and try to prep for other areas because we have more going on in our lives. So I have created what I am calling today the Ultimate Plan with me. I mean, it's about to get so serious. I think I'm gonna have to put on my glasses. Like, that's how serious it's going to be. I might be here all day doing this. I might be here all week. I don't really know. But what I do know is that I'm currently on fall break. I don't like the glare. And it's not coming, I don't have any natural lighting. I have natural lighting. I don't have any artificial lighting. So it's coming from the computer. Okay, so we're gonna go with it. I have created what I am calling the Ultimate Plan with me, and my goal is to take this with me from quarter to quarter. So I'm gonna share with you all the areas that we are going to plan, and my goal is to, at the end of December or the beginning of January, do this all over again. My dog loves to eat and drink while I am recording. I don't know what it is. It's insane. But I'm gonna hopefully take this with me from quarter to quarter and adjust it as I see fit. And I'm gonna share all the areas that we're going to tackle in today's video with you, and in hopes that you can adopt some of these, maybe adopt this whole system, and maybe it's helpful for you, because it has been helpful for me in the past. Our drink for today is going to be the sparkling ice. It does have caffeine in it, which is tragic, but it's strawberry citrus, zero sugar, has vitamins and antioxidants and all the things. I got it from Dollar Tree. I didn't realize it was caffeine, so again, that's kind of tragic because I try to stay clear of caffeine. I'm not a caffeine girly. That's good. The tropical punch one that I tried yesterday was better. Anyway, so let's talk about all the areas that we're going to plan. So I have some main categories, then some subcategories, and then some subcategories. And the main categories trigger the subcategories, which trigger, in my brain, these subcategories. So for personal, which is a main category, we are going to plan for any holiday stuff like gift giving, decorating, anything we need to purchase for the holidays. We're going to plan for workout classes and my workout schedule. So we are a part of a gym as of this year, and I go to workout classes weekly, multiple classes per week. I go to the gym multiple times. So I want to take a look at the classes to see if there are any new that I might want to try or anything for Q4, and I want to plan out the days that I am working out. I also want to try to plan for any medical appointments or set them, or any tasks related to that, any personal events or functions that are personal to me, any beauty appointments, my menstrual cycle, and books to read. So normally books to read is kind of like a goal, but because there are some books that are coming out that I want to read and like some stuff like that, I want to kind of plan out the books that I'm going to read in Q4 just to kind of keep me accountable and keep me on schedule. Next up, we have financial. So we are going to tackle paydays, bonuses, bills, expenses, goals, and just do a revamp and a refresh and a prep for Q4. The next category is called spousal. I made up the names of all of these categories. We're going to plan out any team games or schedules. My husband is currently coaching 2 sports, and they take place during fall into winter. So Q4 into Q1 of next year, but we're going to focus on Q4. Any podcasts or filming days, and My husband is kind of the ringleader for our podcast, and I don't do anything with it except show up. So I'm going to try to make a plan for when we're going to get back to that, if we even are, and what that's going to look like. So I'm basically going to try to find some times that we can record realistically and see if we can start incorporating podcast filming days back into our schedule. I'm going to try to plan out or take note of, I guess, any events or functions related to my husband. Anything spousal, these are things that I want to either support him in or that will impact my life, and so I have to work around it. Some things, a lot of things that he does do not impact my life, so I don't need to plan for those. Any medical appointments or tasks, and my husband's school schedule. Now, what's new this year as well is my husband is in grad school, but he's not taking classes currently. And I also want to mention that I don't have on here, when I say school schedule, I'm talking about work, because he and I both work at schools for public education. So I'm not talking about grad school, although I do want to mention that that is also a new category, but we don't have to talk about that for Q4 because he's not taking classes right now anyway. I guess he might start back in the next semester, which we call the spring semester, I believe. I don't know. I haven't been in school in a while. Next up, we have parental. You see the dog walking around, I'm a parent, okay? So we're gonna plan for, take a look at medical appointments. I really despise, because she goes infrequently and nothing's ever wrong with her typically, I really despise like not being ahead of or knowing when she needs to go for an annual comprehensive exam or whatever, shots or whatever it is that she needs. I want to be on top of that because I don't like last minute stuff like that. So also care, such as grooming, meds, dog sitter stuff, because she will have to be going to the dog sitter, I know, at least one time in Q4. Next up, we have relational. We're going to plan for any friends, family events and functions, any birthdays. So I'm going to try to plan out any gifts, visits, trips, etc. I also have in here home projects and cleaning schedule, and I have it under relational because it's kind of what makes our relationship function. So I just feel like the two things that we have to, or not the two things, the things that the two of us absolutely have to do, being that we live together. I mean, I could live with a roommate, some random person. It doesn't matter who it is. To make this place function, we have to both make sure that we are keeping it up, doing house projects and paying bills and all that. So the bills part is going to be a part of financial, but the home projects and the cleaning schedule and all of that, I feel like is relational. Well, that's where I put it anyway. And then also dates. So not just friend dates, but also dates with my husband and stuff like that. Then we have professional, which is in reference to my full-time job. And that is we're going to plan for any trainings and deadlines that are coming up in Q4, which always are in Q4, always. And then we have school events and functions. That's going to be my school events and functions that I can plan for. So we're going to try to figure that out. And then any days off, PTO, holidays, etc. Next up, we have vocational. So that's going to be social media stuff and anything that is work related, but not my full-time job. So other ways that I make money or am looking to make money, but not my full-time job. So we have financial social work, events and deadlines, trainings and deadlines for social media, YouTube, stuff like that, business events, business paydays and bills, expenses, coaching schedule, sponsorships and speaking engagements, and filming and posting schedule. And then we also have spiritual, and this is kind of not worth me planning out, but I'm putting it in here just to remind myself. But church days, obviously Sundays, but also any other types of events or tasks related to spiritual types of things. It doesn't have to be church necessarily, but just spiritual types of things. What you see is a blank canvas, and this is the blank canvas for my Google Calendar. And if you click over here, you will see all the different areas and all the different calendars that I have. And so for my menstrual cycle, that's going to be personal. And so my personal one is entitled events because that's like the default for my personal Google Calendar. So we're going to click that. Whew. We only clicked one calendar, you guys. I'm overwhelmed. Okay, so my period has been like clockwork my whole life. So for 20 years or whatever. It's like clockwork. And I'm just gonna put it in here because I like to put it in here so I can know when it's coming, because your girl will not be caught slipping. So I already have it in here because I think I updated it for October. So we have the 18th through the 26th. I feel like this is such TMI, but we're gonna do it. I mean, I don't know what else to say. 18th through the 22nd. It's really the 18th through the 21st, but I just throw in another day just to be on the safe side. And I do plan certain things around like certain activities and trips and stuff. Like if I can avoid being on my period during a trip, I'm gonna do it. Okay, so for November then we have the 12th through the 16th, that's good. And then December, we have the 8th through the 12th. So what we're gonna do is, I have no business going into January. Oh, it's already updated. Okay, so this is already good. Menstrual cycle is good. I was gonna say I have no business going into Q1, but we are talking about taking a trip for my friend's birthday, and we do it every year, like clockwork. And so I wanted to see what was what, and we're good because her birthday is Martin Luther King weekend, so we're good. All right, back to October. So we can actually check off that. We can check off menstrual cycle. Okay, so I just got my hair done on like 4 days ago. No, let's see. On September the 28th, I got my hair done. So this will probably last me from October to November. I'll probably go natural for December, and then well, I'll probably go natural up until Christmas break. And then I'll probably get my hair done when I'm off of work, which we also need to plan out. So let's go to hair appointment here. We're gonna duplicate this, okay? And then we are going to go to December let's shoot for, she's normally available any day after work. So let's shoot for maybe I'm not off work those days. I start off being off work on the 20th. I do know that. So maybe we'll shoot for the 20th, getting my hair done, getting it out the way on a Wednesday. Wednesday sounds good to me. Okay, so we're just gonna put that there as a placeholder. Next up, I do my own nails. I do my feet. Just did my nails, just did my feet. My nails are gonna last about a month. So they'll last probably until the end of the month. Our anniversary, I try to kind of match up when I'm doing. Okay, so I will be filming a plan with me. It's not on here, but I will film a plan with me on the 28th or 29th, I think. And for which case, I'll probably do my nails somewhere around then. And I'm going out of town on the 26th. So we're going to go to the 25th and we're going to put in a new event and we're going to do nail appointment. And I'm my own, just so we're clear, I'm my own nail tech, okay? So what day is this? Wednesday? Wednesday is always a good day to do anything because I don't have any, a lot of responsibilities on Wednesdays. Okay, so since I do my own nails, it takes me like 2.5 hours. And I have planned to do my nails on the day before. Where is it at? This is, please don't stress me. Okay, so for the laser hair removal, I am not able to schedule it on the app. I'm not calling and I don't feel like doing all that currently. So I'm just gonna add it to my master personal to-do list in my Notion. And we are going to put in here to schedule laser hair removal touch-up. It's only because I already paid for it and went through the whole process. I can get touch-ups if I want, and it's $19.99. So schedule laser hair removal, and then if we go back here, we will see that it says not started. But I'm actually going to assign a date to this because I like to run my errands all at once. And my next time that I have something to do that is like requires me to leave the house is going to be, I think, in December. Okay, that's asking a lot. I have an eye exam on November the 20th at 3:30, so I could maybe shoot for, I have other days that I could try to make this work, but I really just prefer to do it whenever I have other things going on. So I think I might shoot for either the 20th of October or November the 20th. So I'm just gonna put November 20th. I'm just gonna get a touch-up before the end of the year. That's basically all that is. Okay, back to Google Calendar. So we have the beauty appointments finished because those are my only beauty appointments. Now let's go ahead and go into books to read. That's in my Notion. So we're going to come over here and we're going to go to books/blogs. And so these are some of the books that I've already read, and I'm currently on The Rebel King. Where is my cover? Oh, there it is. It's just small. Okay, I don't know why that's small, but oh, there it is. All right, so 4 books to read. These are some of the books that I would like to read. And I'm probably going to finish The Rebel King this month in October. Then I probably can read another book in October. And you know what I need to read? Things We Left Behind. So I'm going to read that. And then another book that I want to read is a book by Jada Pinkett Smith. I saw that just came out. And so I think I want to read that. So what I think we're going to do is just duplicate this, and then we'll drag it down here. I don't know why I need to use her husband's book as like a starting off point, but this is going to be by Jada Pinkett, and then I will fill in all of these details in a minute and come back and show y'all what we're working with. Okay, so for books, we have me finishing The Rebel King in October and starting on Things We Left Behind. Then for November, I have Worthy and Happy Place, because I believe Happy Place will be delivered to me in November. And then we have Daring Greatly, which is available now that I can borrow through Libby without waiting. And then While We Get Fat, which will also be delivered at some point in the next couple of months. So that is the plan. I do have some books that I have here that I could read that my friend gave to me, but I think I want to read these books. So that's the plan for the books. So that means we can go ahead and check off the books to read. So we are moving along. We're going to have a lunch break now, and then I think we're going to come back and finish out personal and then move on to some of these other areas. Okay, so before we move forward, I think we need to schedule out and figure out the times that my husband and I do not work. So as it stands, I'm off of work for the next 2 weeks, which I have in here. And then on October the 20th, I have a weather makeup day, which means that the kids won't be in school, but that I will. So I have that marked because I do have October somewhat planned out, pretty much. Okay, so then next up, I'm gonna mark my November break. Yeah, I don't have any of that. So I need to mark my November break. So I'm just gonna duplicate the fall break, and then, I don't know how, okay, there's duplicate. I'm gonna duplicate it, and then I'm gonna call it, I guess you call it Thanksgiving break. I guess that's what we'll call it, because we are off for the Thanksgiving holiday, Thanksgiving break. And then I'm gonna put that in there. I'm gonna put Shay, Thanksgiving break. And then I'm gonna put that in there for those days. November, what is it? November through the 24th. Okay, that means we can check off spousal, school schedule, and then professional days off work, PTO holiday, similar. Well, we'll do school schedule. Actually, I'm gonna add school schedule to this. And then we're gonna check off both, because I've put in the holidays and the school schedule, the days off, all of that, and PTO, which I'm only scheduled to have PTO once more. I've already requested off 2 days in October for our cousin's trip, so I don't think I will need any more PTO days for the rest of the year. So we can check off both of those. Now let's do, I think we should do, since it plays like a huge role, my husband's team schedules and all of that, so I can figure out, you know, what games I'm gonna go to and all that kind of stuff. My husband does not do a really too hot of a job with keeping up with his calendars that he shares with me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into our family calendar, and then I'm gonna add in all the things. So I see on the 17th, that's their first football game. So I'm just gonna put on the family calendar. Football game, and the game starts at 6 p.m. And because there's like sensitive information, I'm not going to, I guess, I'll put the location. Where is it? Okay, yeah, we'll put the location so we know like exactly where we're going, or I do anyway. but I'm not going to share that part, obviously, for his own safety reasons or whatever. I don't know that that's something that should be done. So we have that game in, and then I'm just going to duplicate it for all the other games and just change the location. So I'm going to do that for all of these, and then I'll just come back and show you what that looks like, because I'll be able to show it to you in the grand scheme of things with no like intimate details. So here's what we are looking at so far. And now I think the only thing that we should left to do is probably to figure out the personal events and functions. So let's go ahead and, I guess, turn on personal events. Okay, maybe I should take off family because now I'm overwhelmed. Okay, let's start here. All right, so I kind of already got October done, so we don't really have to worry about October. So I don't think, let's go ahead and go to November. I don't know where to start, you guys. Personal events and functions. Okay. All right, so let's go back to October. All right, so for October, we just had dinner with a friend yesterday. First of all, we had a brunch date with friends. Then we had a dinner for our little cousin's birthday. Then we had dinner with my friend and his coworker yesterday. And then tomorrow I'm hanging with two of my friends. The 7th we're hanging with friends for my friend's birthday. Then the next week I have a date with a friend. Then I have a planner event on the 14th. And then we're supposed to go to this play. Next up, ooh, that's what I need to do. My friends are having a housewarming / Halloween function on the 21st. My other friend is actually getting married that day as well, but she's just eloping. So, and then they're leaving for their honeymoon. So I don't have to do anything with that. But I do need to look and see. Need to look and see if I'm going to get a Halloween costume. I have never in my life purchased a Halloween costume. I don't see the point in it because I'm not a Halloween girl. So why would I do that? But I was looking at costumes. Let's see. Let's look at the costume that I was looking at, or I'll tell you about it. I don't know that I don't want to dress. I'm not a Halloween person. I don't want any parts in any of this. Okay, I like this one. This one's kind of fun. It's $30. Let me add it to my cart. It's $31 actually. Proceed to checkout. Don't actually check me out. Just pretend. I just want to see what taxes and everything. $33.47 is what it would be. I like that idea. So I'm gonna go to my personal to-do list in Notion, and I'm gonna put purchase Halloween costume. This is not really, it's not scary at all. It's like lame, honestly. It's just me throwing on something to pretend like I am a part of the festivities. And so they're saying this is $33.47, so we're gonna put that there. And we'll put the due date for next week because it says I'll get it in 2 days, and realistically I would need to purchase it ahead of time to, make sure that it's something that I like and can fit and don't need to send back and buy something else, so I need to figure it out by next week for sure. Okay, so that's that. Then we have my nail appointment. Then we're going on a trip. And we need to do that too. So we're gonna go to family to-do list. So here's the thing, one of us is gonna have to fly because my husband has a football game that day. So either I can drive there and he can fly, or I can fly and he can drive. Does not matter to me. I don't like flying. I would prefer to drive. It literally does not matter to me. So I was looking at flights and I'm trying to see what we should do. I'm gonna put purchase Virginia flight. There's no money involved with it because we're going to use credit card points, but we do need to figure it out probably like yesterday so we can figure out what we're going to do. So I'm going to put that for the 6th as well. Those are things that I need to be mindful of, and I can sort this by like what's coming due first, so descending. All right, so there's that. Then we have my goddaughter's birthday, which we're not doing anything with that. I have well, that's medical stuff. We have our anniversary, family. I need to book. One of us needs to book anniversary date night. Probably by, if we are going where we think we want to go, we probably need to do that by like the 13th or the 20th. Let's shoot for the 20th at the absolute latest. So there's that. And then we have, which that's kind of like a date night, so we're kind of mixing everything together. So November, I have a dentist appointment. I won't have a copay. And then, well, we're in November. I have a planner meetup. I already paid for that. Probably need to take something to it. I have an eye doctor appointment. We'll probably have a copay for that. That's pretty much it. As far as I'm concerned, we can check off personal events and functions and medical appointments and tasks, because I do have some medical appointments, but I think only one will require a copay, maybe two, but they're already scheduled. So we're good for my medical appointments, except I do need to schedule my OB. It's still on here. Schedule OBGYN appointment. It's been on here for like a year because I have to pay out of pocket for this, and I ain't really trying to because my current insurance does not cover it, which is insane. I think it's like $250, but I need to go eventually, one of these days. Let's just get down to vocational, to financial, social work, events, and functions. So on my schedule, so for the upcoming meetings I see for October, we have October 6th, which is on here, which is Money Chats. October 19th, which is on here, I'm registered for that. And then October the 31st, which is up here, on here, and I'm registered for that as well. And we have an advisory meeting, which we schedule monthly on the 23rd. But I can bet you that I can probably duplicate, I can probably guess when the next advisory meetings are, just so that I don't kind of overbook or double book. So my guess is the next one's going to be the 20th. Although that is Thanksgiving week, so maybe not. So we're going to duplicate that for the 20th of November. And then we're going to duplicate this again for December. It's always around like the third week, the third Monday, I think is what we aim for. Would probably be the 18th, because obviously it wouldn't be on December 25th. So that's that for October, November, and December. And then let's go to November and see if we're registered for the classes and such. Financial, social work, events, and deadlines. Okay, we're coming along. Not really. We have so much more to do. I'm honestly concerned about how long this video is going to be. I need to go regroup and I'll be back. 3 days later, and I think we're finished. So 2 days ago, we started this whole process together, and everything that I planned or organized that day, we did together on camera. And then yesterday, I did a lot of things on the back end, which I'm gonna talk about today, because I decided I'm making this one video, okay? So I did a bunch of stuff on the back end, but I'll walk you through what I did. And then I also did the personal finance portion of this, and that video is most certainly going to be a video by itself. So it should have released before you're seeing this. So check out that video if you wanna see me organizing our finances completely and entirely for Q4. So I did do that on camera, but as I sat to do it and as I was getting into it and working through my to-do list, I was like, this is gonna have to be a video by itself because it's long. So today's day 3 and we're gonna finish this, which is cool because we'll finish planning and organizing our lives the first week of fall break, which means in my head next week, I get to kind of just chill and relax and not focus so much on trying to be productive, I guess. So even though I've kind of just done this on and off for the past 3 days, I just feel like after today, I won't have to think about this stuff. A lot of these systems and such that I have put in place will be automatic. All right, so let me share my screen. Since we last met, I actually took what was my Plan With Me system notes that was in the notes app, the thing that I was showing you originally probably, which would have been in the notes app, which was where I brainstormed this whole idea, and I actually put it in my Notion. So now I'm gonna have a quarterly planning section, and the idea is I can reference this and use this each quarter moving forward and duplicate it or whatever I have to do. And then also my hope is that I can share this with you. I believe this didn't come with a planner. Remember, I bought this planner, if you don't know this, which updated Notion tour coming soon. But I bought this planner and you can't share stuff that you bought. But I created this whole sheet and I'm actually thinking of, I essentially created it, but I'm thinking of tweaking it some. I'm thinking of tweaking it some more so that it doesn't look at all like how it started, just so there's a clear differentiation. I feel confidently that if I tweak it some more, like duplicate this and tweak it some more and then share it, so, you know, in hopes that it doesn't look like what I worked off of, which is the original template that I purchased and can't share, I am happy to do that. But that's why I never talk about sharing any templates or any of that, because this is a big Notion planner that I purchased, which is no longer available, which is annoying, and I'm not at liberty to share it. So unless I tweak it enough, I don't feel comfortable doing so. Or unless I created the sheet from scratch or the template from scratch, I don't feel comfortable doing so. But here's my quarterly planning template. Again, hopefully I can share some version of this. She's gonna drink water and eat, because eating and drinking while I'm filming is her gig. Okay, so we have the personal section. When we last left off, I had actually kind of checked off a bunch of these. And so I think the only ones that we didn't check off together would have been maybe the top 4. So I'll share with you what has come of the holidays situation, what has come of the workout classes schedule, medical appointments, tasks, personal events, functions. Maybe we should talk about that now. Actually, I'm gonna go through what I have done in the absence, and then we'll talk about, or I'll show you what that is. Financial, I did that whole piece. It'll be in a video by itself. Spousal, I worked out the kinks for all of that. And then I actually added a little area for tasks. And this is supposed to be the tasks for those 3 sections, meaning that whatever tasks that I have come up with that are a result of the planning that I did, I put them here. My goal is to eventually move them over to my master personal list, master family list, or whatnot. But for now, they're gonna live here. But eventually, my goal is to come over here and go to each of these lists down here and move them over. But for now, we're good here. I worked through all the parental things, the relational things, the professional things, and added some tasks related to those 3. And then I actually added a miscellaneous section as well, but I worked through much of the vocational stuff, most of the spiritual stuff, or all of it. And then I have a task list, which I don't have any tasks currently for those. I have this thoughts and ideas section, and then I have kind of like brainstorming ideas for me personally, I guess, over to the left in that box. And then to the right, I just have some other types of ideas, essentially. Kind of the left section is for thoughts and the right section is for ideas. So let's scroll up to personal. So I put together a holiday budget. So that encompasses all gifts, decorating, and all of that. I even planned out when we're going to decorate. So I already decorated for fall during fall break. And then we're only going to decorate once more for Christmas. And we're going to do that during our Thanksgiving breaks, because our Thanksgiving breaks are very similar. So we're going to do it during our Thanksgiving break, I believe. However, we are thinking of having like a Friendsgiving. So if we were to do that and that were to take place before Thanksgiving, we would actually just decorate on one of the days before that. That's not that big of a deal. It's just something that I was thinking about. But it's when we decorate is on the bottom of my to-do list. Workout classes and schedule. Let's go ahead and hit that now. So I created this October health section. And the idea here is that I can plan out our meals for the week, and if I want to, I can duplicate this board and plan out the meals for every week in the month of October and moving forward, because I can then duplicate this page and do it for November or December. Trying to meal plan for 3 months or a whole quarter seems insane to me. Like, that's far-fetched. That's not what we're going for here. But I did want to create this template because it didn't exist before, and I kind of pieced this together from the original elements of this Notion planner. And so if you click on like Monday, I selected Monday and I typed in brunch leftovers, but I could select more days if I wanted to, and then this would pop up on other days. But the brunch took place on Saturday, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Really, the brunch food was kind of like done as of Sunday, Monday, like Tuesday. After 3 days, 4 max, I feel like it was donezo. So I just put us having brunch leftovers on a Monday. For Tuesday, my friend was in town for work, and we went and met up with him and his friend, and we went to his coworker, and we went out to eat. And so I put out with friends. And on Saturday, we are going to a birthday party. Food will be provided. So I put out with friends. It's a birthday party, but I selected out with friends for Tuesday and Saturday so that it would pop up on both days. And then Wednesday, Wednesday I cooked chili and cornbread, which was the day we started this whole planning situation, by the way. And again, I put that for Wednesday because I cooked it at night. Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday. This is for dinner mainly. I haven't planned out lunch or anything. This is mainly for dinner because we always make enough dinner so we can take leftovers for lunch. So we don't really worry about lunch. And then out with friends, like I mentioned, and then chili and cornbread on Sunday, which would probably be the last day, is kind of pushing it. But I'm thinking that we are going to have chili and cornbread on Sunday as well. Again, might be pushing it, but we'll see. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't know, but I have it on here as of right now. I can tweak it. And then I created a fitness plan. And so what I decided to do here is I decided to put in all the workouts and or workout classes so that I can just choose from them. So my favorite workout activity is walking. I also love any kind of cardio step types of things. So there is a step cardio class that takes place at our gym 3 days per week. Walking, I can walk any day I want to, of course. I don't normally work out on Fridays. And then there is what's called body pump, which I like as a class that takes place 4 days out the week. I do thoroughly, maybe 5, but the weekend I kind of just chill. I normally do some kind of workout on the weekends. I love going for a solo walk on Sunday. So I basically just chose to plug in the exercises that I could do on any given day. And I already have converted to memory by now when these workout classes take place. So essentially, this is just like a weekly fitness plan and a sample weekly meal plan. But again, I'm sure there are people who meal plan for like a month or 2 months. It's not for me. I'm not your girl. It's not that serious for us. It's only 2 of us. It ain't that deep. If there were a bunch of us living in this household, maybe, but we don't have that many people here to be that concerned about that. Let's go back to quarterly planning. Then we have medical appointments and tasks. I need to schedule an OBGYN appointment. I am thinking about going to the chiropractor. I went when I got in a car accident before, and I loved it. But I went for a particular purpose, not just for leisure. So that was a long time ago. I'm thinking about going back to get adjusted and see what that's like. I don't know. We'll have to see. And then my husband needs a dental appointment because his last one was canceled or something. And so all of our appointments are good to go except for OBGYN and a dental appointment. We've had our annuals. We have gone to the dentist at least once this year so far, but we got to go for our second cleaning. And then all of the eye exams, all of that, everything is good to go there. And then personal events and functions, I planned out all of those. The only personal thing left to do is to study for schedule and take my clinical exam. Financial, I did all of that yesterday. Spousal, I planned out our podcast filming days. Based on what our schedule was like, it still makes sense to try to shoot for filming on Saturdays. So that's what we're going to try to do still, unless we're out of town or busy on that Saturday, but we're still going to shoot for Saturday because filming any other time doesn't quite work out. I also, like I mentioned, plugged in all of my husband's team schedules, game schedules, school schedules, all of that. For parental, my dog needs her comprehensive exam every March. You would think that I would know that, but I don't, because when I log into the app, it says that her comprehensive was due in July. But then when I look at when she last went for her comprehensive, it was in March. So I don't really know what that's about, but she has to have a comprehensive every March. And I really have to stay on top of that, of course, for her own health. But when it comes to dog boarding and things like that, she's got to have her stuff. And then I also went ahead and added to my Amazon cart any items that she needs for the rest of the quarter, like her dental treats that she loves and like little things like that. And then, of I already scheduled her sitting for October when we're on vacation, and I just have to pay for that. So that'll happen soon. Like whenever she sends me the invoice, she'll message me in a few weeks or something and ask if we're still good to go, and then she will send the invoice. So I do have to pay for that, or we have to pay for that. Relational, planned out all of those types of things. My niece had a birthday today, so I sent her money. My friend's birthday party is tomorrow. Her birthday is Monday, so I already bought her gift. And then the only other birthday is in December. My great niece is going to turn 3. So I'm going to send her a gift, but she's 3. So like, it's not anything I need to rack my brain about. I also took into consideration everything else, such as home projects, cleaning schedules, friend dates. I cannot schedule friend dates that far in advance. We do pretty much have our dates planned for the rest of the year. Just because there are different activities, like our anniversaries in November, and we normally do this other fall type of function in November. In December, we do a couple Christmas shenanigans. And so we normally just have our dates around those events out in the community. And then for professional, I did go into Microsoft Outlook, which is where all of that is. And I have a deadline in October for a training. And then I have my supervisor actually this week sent out all of the monthly meetings that we're going to have with her up until I think the end of the year, of the school year. So next year. So we're good to go for there. I have my schedule. I looked at it for Q4. It's good because our semester the next semester doesn't start until like the end of January. So the kids' class schedules will stay the same, which means I'll continue to go about meeting with them at the same times that I've been meeting with them since the beginning of the school year. But I managed and planned out all the professional things. I do have some tasks over here to the right. One thing that stands out is that ordering my dog's gifts, or treats rather, potentially going to start her with Bark Box to take out some of the shopping for toys and stuff that might be helpful for me. Sending my great niece her gift. My friend wants to go to Vegas for her birthday in January. So if we go, me knowing her, she likes to be like on top of things. So I'm assuming we will book that in Q4 if we're for sure going. We need to clean and organize the garage. That's like a big project we need to work on. We may have a Christmas party of some sort. If so, we would want to decorate for Christmas before that, and even before Friendsgiving, if we do Friendsgiving. My friend asked me to take Christmas pics for her son. So we tried that last year, but it didn't really go that well. My camera, I have a decent quality camera. I'm no photographer, but I do have a decent quality of a camera. And so we did take some good pics, but he wasn't really having it. So we're going to try again this year. I need to schedule friend dates for November and December. I don't really schedule with family. It's just like random pop-up stuff with them. But for friends, we always have to schedule stuff. So that's what we do, or that's what we need to do for November and December. My husband, I just put a note that he may be participating in Secret Santa again, and that the only person we really are going out our way to buy a Christmas gift for is, of course, my mother-in-law, because between the two of us, she is our only parent. So she is the only one. Before her, I mean, you know, before it was just her, we bought gifts for all of the parental figures in our lives. But now we just have one. So I'm going to prioritize a gift for her. And then we have vocational. And I kind of went through, I updated my coaching schedule. So I'm going to do coaching, same schedule. I tweaked it for Sunday to accommodate for church. So I think I'm going to do, I think I have Tuesday and Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard for any coaching. And then 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard on Sunday for any coaching. And then my business paydays, I've decided they're going to be the YouTube payday, which is the 21st of the month. I don't have any business events coming up necessarily, or I do have trainings and deadlines, but they're a part of sponsorships, which we already talked about, and speaking engagements, which we already talked about. My filming and posting schedule is going to remain the same, which is Monday film, Tuesday edit, Wednesday publish, Wednesday film, Thursday edit, Saturday publish, or something of the sort. Like, as long as I'm filming Mondays and editing Tuesdays and as long as I'm spending like 4 days out the week filming and editing, we're going to be good to go. And then the last thing that we need to do is go look at the business side of things, and then we will be finished with this video. So if we go into October business, what I wanted us to look at is like we need to take a look. Okay, let's just take a look. All right. So what I like to do is this budget tracker section. This is like my budget for each month, and it really just includes all of the subscriptions pretty much. I do also have spaces in here for if I do log anything other than a subscription or a bill. And so when I do that, they pop up here on this screen, but they don't do that until I log them, as an example. So let me show you. Like for meals, we've had some business meals, and so they just pop up here, but I don't have like an actual budget going into it like I do for the personal side of things. I track income here, and then I track our expenses here. And the reason why this says September, some of these say September, is because when I duplicated the September business section and made the October business section or page, all of everything from what I had tracked in September pulled over. And so I deleted everything except the bills and subscriptions, because eventually what'll happen is like Notion automations comes out on the 6th of each month. So eventually what will happen is once it comes out of my business account, I'll come in here and I'll just change this to October the 6th or whenever it comes out. So to prevent me from having to double track, I just leave the bills and subscriptions, only those. Okay, so what we need to look at is I don't really see the point in duplicating this like I did for the personal side of things, so much as what I would like to do is take a few minutes to go over the subscriptions and see if these are all applicable. So we're gonna make this a full page so we can look at this. All right, so Wix email, I do still use and need, so it's gonna stay for the first. It comes out the first of the month. Amazon Prime, I still use. Is it $14.99 though? Is it still $14.99? I strongly feel like it went up to $15.99, or am I making that up? But it doesn't matter, because an easy way for us to find out is I'm gonna go to look at it and see. So I'm logging in now, and we're gonna see how much it is. Hopefully it's still, I feel like it is still $14.99. Yeah, it's still $14.99. Okay, and it's still due on the 2nd. Yes, okay. TubeBuddy, still love that. That is going to be $14.25, still due on the 5th. Stash, still use that as a part of, long story, but it had to do with the sponsorship. Still use that, that's still applicable. Notion automations, still use that. Let's make this longer, okay. Apple Storage, I do still use that. That's still relevant to the business. Epidemic Sound. Canva is not $15. Why do we think it's $15? Canva is $12.95 a month. And then my PO box is now $88, and I just paid it, so I don't pay it again. Oh, I have it in here. I don't pay it again until March, because I paid it in September, October, November. Yeah, March. Wix domain, that's yearly, and that's going to come out in January. Wix domain, that is $24.85 for the year. Apparently that comes out in January of each year. And when then do we pay for, the last thing we need to look at is the Wix website. Okay, according to my research, oh, that's funny. Is that February the 14th? I paid for the annual, I paid $384 on Valentine's Day of this year. So that means that this will be due again. Let's say that it started February 14th of this year. Yes, so it'll be due February 14th of next year at $384. Okay, so that's honestly the last thing that I wanted to look at, and I feel good about the budget for the business. How it works is whatever money goes into the business account goes into the business account. All of the subscriptions come from that account, and then all other payments of any sort or anything that I spend money on business related comes from that account. And so I just let it do its thing, because that's the only thing I know how to do, is have an account where business money goes into and is deposited into. That same account be the one that is attached to all of the subscriptions and bills and all of that, and using that same account for paying for any types of business related expenses. That makes taxes and all of that, just keeping track of this, bookkeeping, so much easier. So that's the only way I really know how to do that. And then the only thing that makes sense in my head that has ever made any sense is after I've saved money for taxes each month based on the income that is brought in and the expenses, really like the net cash change realistically. But essentially, after taking care of taxes, state and feds, and paying for all the bills and subscriptions and paying for all the other expenses, then whatever is left, I then can pay myself, or I can just leave it in the business account and use it to invest in the business at a later date, or grow the business, or scale the business at a later date. But either way, it's kind of like whatever's left at the end of the month after savings and after all bills and expenses, I can pay to myself if I choose to. So that's just kind of how I let it run, which is kind of cool because it seems like I get a bonus, I guess, every month or whatever. And so that's just kind of how that works. Some months it's really good, some months it's not so hot. So it really just kind of depends, which is why we do not rely on that to meet our basic needs, because I don't have time. So that is going to be it for this video. Hopefully I'm able to fit it all in one video, even if it's a little bit long, but I feel so much better, and I'm happy to say that we're finished. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we are finished because I've gone through every area with you guys thus far. Yeah, so that's gonna be it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a like, subscribe if you're new and if you're liking what you're seeing, and I will catch you guys right back here in a few days in a brand new video. Bye guys.